that it? We're ready? All right, but tonight we're here for one of the worst phone calls a chief can receive, and that's because a Fresno police officer was shot in the line of duty tonight by a suspect who's still outstanding at this time. We have 6 blocks that are cordoned off with a perimeter with the suspect inside, and our SWAT team is out along with at least 50 to 60 other officers right now on that scene, investigating, making sure it's secure, and actively searching for the suspect. So the background that preceded tonight's event was a domestic violence call. The victim called because her husband and her had been fighting, and he made comments that he was going to shoot her. He got into the car, he tried to leave, and in the meantime also almost hit her with a car. So police officers responded about 6:30 p.m. where they contacted her, obtained her statement, and continued to investigate further. He was gone from the scene at that time. They began looking for him, researching other locations where he could be. In the meantime, they came back by the house, and his vehicle was there at about 9:30 p.m. And immediately upon them stepping out of the car, they were under gunfire. And one police officer, 26-year-old veteran of about 4 years prior cadet time here at Fresno PD, he was shot multiple times in the arm and the shoulder. He was transported to the hospital where he's in stable condition. I've been there to visit with him, and he is doing remarkably well, and he has a warrior spirit 100% after what he went through. At this time, again, the suspect is wanted for multiple charges. He had a lengthy criminal history to include assault with a deadly weapon, a lot of property crimes, domestic violence, and a prior gang history as well. And he is currently outstanding but believed to be in our perimeter, and that is why the SWAT team is out here, and we are actively searching for him at this time. We have asked people in the neighborhood to shelter in place. The victim, unhurt. Her child, who was also present, unhurt. The officer, doing well. The suspect is still outstanding. So with that, I can take any questions you have.
Do you have a description of the suspect?
We have an ID. We know who he is. We know his name, his criminal history. He's a Hispanic male adult, about 56 years old.
Are you releasing the suspect at this time?
Not quite yet, since it's still very active and under investigation, but we will at the first opportunity when everything's secure.
So is he barricaded in a home right now, or do you think he's just kind of somewhere?
Yeah, we're tracking him within the perimeter, and so it's very fluid. He's been in different locations, so at this moment I'm not sure exactly which one he is. He almost struck her with his vehicle. It was some type of Chrysler car versus SUV, and it's at the scene.
Was the wife and the child, were they able to be removed from
Yeah, the officers rescued them from the location safely. And again, to me, domestic violence, we respond to about 10,000 domestic violence incidents in the city per year, and they are one of the most dangerous calls that our officers can go on nationally, and that's well known amongst the law enforcement profession. And tonight it turned out to be that way. The officer, 2 officers, it was a double unit working here in the Southwest District. And again, they're doing their job. They're following up on this domestic violence. We don't just take a report and walk away. They were actively searching for him. When they returned by the location, saw his car there, and got out to make contact with him, and didn't even have a chance to react. It really truly was, he was lying in wait for them. After taking gunfire, the officers called out a perimeter, took cover, and that's why we were able to quickly have the suspect contained within the scene.
Unfortunately, this is not the only time that we've been out here after a domestic violence call leading to an officer-involved shooting. Do you think there's any tie between those two things?
There's not an officer-involved shooting. Our officers did not engage in any gunfire tonight. But yeah, absolutely. Domestic violence is violence, and individuals are desperate, and they're very emotional. And so this individual had made some comments about not wanting to go back to prison, and so his mindset was pretty clear.
I know you don't want to release his identity. Are you willing to say what his criminal history was?
It was lengthy, as I mentioned, assault with a deadly weapon, a number of property crimes, and domestic violence.
Were there any previous domestic violence calls from the scene?
That I don't know yet. That is something the detectives are still working on to nail down all those details.
What kind of gun was used? How many shots did you find?
Multiple shots. I don't know how many yet, and I don't know what kind of it appeared to be a handgun versus a long gun, but I don't know caliber.
He fled on.
on foot when the officers were confronted by him again shooting at them.
He wasn't able to recover the donkey.
No, he still hasn't. That's our belief. We did not recover it. He was under the cover of darkness. Officers immediately took cover. He either went back inside the house. We really don't know, but we just know that we have him inside the home.
The doctor didn't get any chance to help him, right?
No, it was so quick.
So after he shot that police,
Yeah, yes, it sounds like that. It's still pretty sketchy, so I don't want to commit to any very specific details. But he shot so quick, the officer went down, they took cover, started calling for help for a perimeter, and that's the only reason we were able to catch him.
there's a one patrol car is crashing the wall. I believe Barnell sent his spirit police.
I don't know anything about that, but multiple agencies responded out here to help us with this tonight. The Fresno County Sheriff's Department, the California Highway Patrol, which was here very quickly. And this is a citywide response. At one point, we did have at least 80 officers out here because it's such an active scene. And we have people at the hospital, we have people here, we have people at headquarters where they're doing the investigation. And we've been able to clear them out and make sure we were able to call other people in to make sure the rest of the city is still safe while we handle this very active scene.
And we don't know for how long the area is going to be blocked up.
It will be, at this point it appears it'll be quite some time yet because we can't predict exactly how things will go, but the SWAT team is looking to negotiate with him if they can establish communication.
What would be your message to any community members right now who know they have to stay in their homes, but they don't really know what's going on or how long they have to stay inside?
Yeah, and they can always call the Fresno Police Department at 621-7000 and we can put them in touch with somebody to help them make the best decisions for their safety and also to maintain the scene security.
For those that are outside the perimeter right now, not able to get into their homes, is there anywhere they can go, any resources for them?
Yes, we actually have our Fresno Police and Fire Chaplaincy out here, and if they call in, we can make some arrangements to have some help for those folks.
What kind of challenges come up when you're in this kind of situation late at night? I mean, as you said, it's really dark out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the darkness always is a challenge, but we're prepared to deal with it, and we have equipment, we have training that we do at night. We don't just train in the day. So the people out here are very well prepared to deal with it. We try to use it to our advantage as well.
How many officers would you say are still on the scene?
At this point, about 60, and I'm estimating, I haven't counted it yet. We were able to release some people as we brought the perimeter down and got security. It's a, I won't call it, it's a static scene at this point, but also at the same time very active and it could change anything.
We see the drones flying overhead, obviously the department is late. I know there's only so much you can say, but can you go into some of the resources that are being deployed?
Yeah, well, when our SWAT team comes out, it's over 30 members and all of our equipment. Both of our Bearcats are out here onto the helicopter. We also utilize drones. SWAT has its own set of drones. And the Sheriff's Department's also helping us out here. CHP Air 43, the airplane, has also been up when our helicopter has to fuel. So it is an all hands on deck effort, absolutely.
I know you guys just recently did your report to, I think it was the county, talking about your military level equipment and how you use that. In these kinds of situations, are you thankful to have access to that military equipment?
Thank you for asking that. Absolutely, because when this happens, it's at a moment's notice. Most of us, some people were at a wedding. I was home cleaning. We're all just doing whatever. And when an emergency strikes and our team has to come out, that equipment has to be available at a moment's notice, and we all converge down here to do whatever our role is. And so I'm so grateful that we had the Bearcat. That's how we were able to safely rescue the female and her child. And absolutely, I mean, the drones are critically important for these kinds of scenes, especially at the times we don't have air support. So all of that equipment, although it's classified as military, that's a specific definition that Sacramento came up with. It's not necessarily military in the sense, practical sense of the word. So we are very grateful to have that equipment and to have and the support of our council and our administration for making sure that we have the right equipment and good equipment. When the emergency strikes, there's no time to go beg, borrow, or steal it from someone else.
Chief, how many occupants were in the house?
Two, approximately 8-year-old child, a girl, and then the female or the spouse of the suspect. No.
You know, we've talked before in these kinds of situations about domestic violence, how it often amplifies over time. You said that he had threatened to shoot her. What would be your message to anyone who maybe they haven't been threatened with being shot, but they've experienced maybe a lower level of those threats?
Yeah, absolutely. Please call us. And if you can't call us, call the Marjorie Mason Center. Even if you're not willing to report it, they can offer services, offer a safety plan, help a victim of domestic violence and their children, the rest of the family, whatever they can do to help find them safe passage and to escape the abuser.
Of course, this comes just weeks after Larry County Sheriff's Deputies that must be top of mind for your officers.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is just from my quick memory, the 4th time Fresno police officers have been shot or shot at in just the last 2 years. And so I think times like these, you can't forget that every day they put on that uniform, they come out here and they sacrifice to keep the city safe, and they kiss their loved ones goodbye, not knowing whether they're going to come home or not. And this officer almost didn't. And by the grace of God, and I'm so grateful, it makes all the other problems seem insignificant when you get that phone call. And I'm just so grateful to have been able to see him, lay eyes on him, even get a smile out of him, that he's doing okay and he's going to recover. Nothing is more important than that. All right, thank you
Thank
guys. Certainly don't want to take these.
So there you have it. The chief said an officer was shot. He was shot in the shoulder and in the arm. He's in stable condition. They have about 60 officers that are out here right now, and they're taking care of the scene. And they have help from the Fresno County Sheriff's Office and the Highway Patrol, and they have military equipment out here. And basically that's it. She was able to talk to him, get him to smile and crack a joke. But he's able to identify the suspect, and they're going to be out here for some extended period of time. So anyway, thanks for watching.